Hey, what is up, people? It's your boy Savage Instincts yet again with another video, this time about something a little bit more crazy. This is about some people's favorite. Her name is Taylor Swift, and this actually, I think, happened the day before yesterday. But there were leaked pictures of Taylor Swift, AI-generated pictures of her in pornographic situations. And look, I looked all over the internet for the pictures, and as of the time of me looking for the videos, I could not find them. I looked high, I looked low, and I just couldn't find any. And obviously, I wanted to see them so that I could gauge how offensive they were. I wasn't doing it for any sort of other reasons, but I was just genuinely curious about what kind of circumstances they put her in. That being said, every single news source that I see reporting about these pictures, they're saying that the pictures were deplorable, that they were disgusting pictures, they shouldn't have been made.
Well, Taylor Swift is the latest victim of deep-fake sexual images appearing online without her consent. And the image is spreading so rapidly, X is now not letting users search for the pop star's name on its platform.
We are alarmed by the reports of the circulation of images that you just laid out, false images to be more exact, and it is alarming.
And I'll tell you what, I completely agree. Obviously, right? It's not fair to put people in situations where people could be misled about the veracity of those pictures. People could easily believe that it's actually Taylor Swift and that she did some sort of nude photo shoot. I'm sure with a little bit of photo shoot, you could make it a Playboy cover if you wanted to. You could do all sorts of confusing things to put people in situations where they believe that it's actually Taylor Swift. And that's not good. Now, I hate to break it to anybody who doesn't know, because obviously deepfakes have been around for a while. This isn't a new thing. Maybe you've seen videos where they put Tom Cruise's face on somebody and you really would think, wow, this is Tom Cruise.
I'm gonna show you some magic. It's the real thing. I mean, it's all the real thing.
Or maybe, you've seen some of those videos on TikTok where they have Joe Biden and Donald Trump, talking to each other. And Ben Shapiro, I don't know why. They like to throw him in there too. Talking to each other, playing video games, saying things about, I don't know, something silly like the game that they're playing, or, that Joe Biden is Sleepy Joe, whatever it is. There's all these videos online that are able to not only copy people's voices, but they're able to copy people's faces. And this is the messed up part. This is only the beginning, right? Sadly, and that's the first thing that I thought about when any of this technology came through, that it's not going to just be Taylor Swift that's going to end up in these pornographic situations. Any of your favorite, stars are going to end up in situations like this. Now, it's been apparently verified, and I saw this on the New York Times because there's this other site, 404, that was saying that they use one of these Microsoft like Bing generator types of AI image makers that you could find, whether it's through the operating system itself or whether it's through the search features. You could also get some image generation from the Edge browser, but it turns out it's from one of the Stable Diffusion Technologies, which allows you to train your own AI and allows you to be able to make it generate images in the way that you want it to by training it off of a data set.
Have you gone insane, brother? You project such confidence, and yet your eye quivers.
Once again, I just want to say this is the beginning. And honestly, and not to downplay how impactful this is the most innocuous use of this technology. It could become far more pernicious in the future. For those of you who don't know what pernicious means, it means, evil or bad thing that this technology could do. Just imagine, and, we're reaching far here. Just imagine, somebody you trust, and they do this, I think now, someone you trust, like, let's say your grandmother calling you on the phone, asking you for $500. You recognize her voice. They're spoofing the caller ID on that call. And she's asking you for $500. She's asking you for $10,000 because she's in a situation. You love your grandma. You trust her. You send her the money. It's not your grandma. It's somebody completely different. Yeah, that person in India who was having trouble scamming you before because you could clearly hear that they weren't from here. Their accent wasn't all that great when they were trying to pitch you and you were spooked. No, that's your grandma. You're going to trust her more. What if somebody takes the position of somebody in power and reaches out to somebody else who can have significant impact on others and makes them do something that they shouldn't do? For instance, imagine a police chief calling somebody, video calling them even, right? You got the AI generating the background in their face and saying, hey, you need to go arrest this person. Imagine the president saying that we're going to war and confusing people, right? Like a broadcast being hacked. So these types of things are sure to happen. Right after this happened with Taylor Swift, they had this hashtag Taylor Swift AI thing going on X because everybody wanted to find it. Apparently it reached over 45 million people before they started taking on the first instances of what was going on. A lot of it, Twitter was saying that it was against their, terms of service because it could mislead people, which is 100% true. But of course, Twitter has its own problems with, censorship. And of course, this is going to go beyond Taylor Swift as well, because who's to say what should or should not be censored, right? I think it's actually really difficult. I know that there's been content of mine that's been flagged before that I thought was completely harmless, but people found it very harmful or hurtful. And there's things that, for instance, when I log on to Twitter now, and I don't know, maybe someone could teach me how, but it's always showing me sexual stuff and violence. I'm not looking for any stuff like that, but it shows up on my timeline all the time. I suppose if you use someone else's face in a deepfake, that's harmful. But what if it's somebody who doesn't have as much, social connections, or doesn't have as much money, I should say, as Taylor Swift? Their deepfake might proliferate on the internet, and I have a feeling that Twitter might not be so quick to stop that because it's not such a national outrage. It's not so impactful in the way that it impacts people. And like I said, this is just the beginning. People are using these deepfakes to, show images of, let's say, SpongeBob SquarePants doing 9/11, or the guys from Breaking Bad doing 9/11. I've seen the deepfakes. I'm going to show them here. But it's just pretty crazy what this technology is capable of doing. Obviously, Taylor Swift is upset. She wants to find the people who did this and bring them to justice. Obviously, this is not something that she wants on her image. But what do you think? What do you think about deep fake technology? How is it going to impact the world that we live in and the people around us? I personally am very concerned about this technology. This technology has been something that I've been keeping an eye on for a long time, beyond just AI, because I think it's going to be impactful sooner than we think. I think that the ability to impersonate people it has to be one of the most dangerous technologies that's out there, and the tools are out there for scammers to take advantage of. And just remember, a scammer is thinking 24/7 of how to use something to get over on you that you won't detect. I can't anticipate the way that they're going to use this technology, but we all know it will be used, just like any, cryptocurrency was used to fraud people. If you look at Sam Bankman-Fried, or, any time that people could get over on another person, they're going to try their best to do it. It's just in human nature. But I'd really love to hear what you guys think about what the ramifications of using this technology are going to be beyond Taylor Swift getting fake nude pictures. And remember, these are fake nude pictures. Ultimately, the only thing that was hurt was Taylor Swift's reputation. But once again, it's not bueno. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Savage Instincts, out.